welcome to my channel once more. It's me, Jemima Malaulu, once more, and I am bringing to you how to make your lightening body soap. Now today we are going to be using these specific soaps which I have actually selected, and they are very mild on the skin. We're going to be using Nano White Papaya soap. Okay, it's really mild on my skin, and I really have a harsh reaction whenever I use just the plain African soap. So I actually tend to lean more towards using ready-made soap when I am making soap for myself. Okay, and then I'm going to be using Larissa bar soap. It's also a good base soap. And then I'm going to be using our Sam Lion. Okay, now Sam Lion is really mild. It's actually milder than the normal African black soap, which you know. It's mild on the skin, so it's not harsh at all. And I'm also adding in Sam Lion into this product because I actually want it to help me with the texture of the soap. Now, if you are a soap maker or you've made soap before, you know that there are basically two categories of soap. We have the natural soaps, which we actually use our lye and our oils and water to make. And then we have our synthetic baths, which we basically use surfactants to make, okay? Surfactants and hardness to make. Now, when you are making a bar soap, you have to use sodium hydroxide. That's when you're making for the natural bar soap. And if you're not making the natural bar soap, if you're actually making a synthetic bar, then you actually know you have to actually add something that's going to harden that soap. Now, when you melt down these bar soaps with water, you're going to realize that after a few days they keep struggling to go back to their original form. Now that is because of the lye that is in it, or because of the hardness that is in your synthetic bars. Okay, so it will keep struggling to go back to its original form. That is one thing you should know. To avoid this from happening, I am adding in my Sam Lion. Sam Lion is going to texturize it, to give it texture, to make it to remain in its jelly form. Okay, so that is one of the reasons why I am using my Sam Lion soap in this soap. I'm also going to be using some ozone bars, which are basically great for skin brightening, and then the pink one, I'm using it for the coloring. I'm also going to be adding in some of these antiseptic little balls they do sell, like the green balls and then the gray balls. Okay, they are great. They actually have great antiseptic properties. We're going to be seeing more of the ingredients. Let's break these ones down first. Okay, hello everyone, good day to you. Today we are going to be making soap. Okay, please just ignore my gloves. I don't know the quality of gloves I get these days. The last batch I got just keeps tearing up on my hands, so it's my fingers I'm using, so just ignore my gloves. Okay, so this is my crock pot, and this was the soap that we shredded earlier. Okay, now I've shredded it down, and this is what we got. Now I'm going to be talking about the other ingredients I'm going to be using. This is my distilled water. This is what we call omiaro. It actually has antibacterial and anti-inflammatory properties. I remember growing up. Okay, I remember when I was growing up, whenever we see children with this, you see some rashes on their skin, you notice their hair, they have this round patches that looks like eczema, but it's not eczema, it's dried scabies and other types of skin infection. Their mothers do go out and buy this and mix it together with their soap, and within a short period of time you notice that those things have started receding. Okay, so this is very great for the skin. I'm adding it in for its anti-inflammatory and antibacterial properties. This is my neem powder. You all know what neem is. Then this is my turmeric, very great for the skin. And this is my oatmeal powder. I really love it. I actually made it myself. I blended it. You just need to buy your oatmeal and just blend it, and you have gotten your oats powder. It's really great for the skin. You can actually read up on the benefits of it. And here is our white now serum. Okay, it's actually called white now oil. This is it. Now if you read through the ingredient list, you are going to notice that it's made out of aqua, which is actually water. We have glycerol, we have vitamin E, we have paraffin liquidum, we have beta carotene, we have lanolin, and then we have plant extracts. Okay, now some of my colleagues have actually told me that these actually contain hydroquinone, but I do not know this. But one thing I know for sure is that this actually has a very great effect on the skin. It lightens quickly. Okay, it lightens quickly. I really don't feel comfortable using it in my cream. I really don't feel comfortable using it in there, but this is a wash off product, so I'm adding it in to actually add to the effectiveness of the soap. Okay, it actually dilutes with water. Actually, it's not really an oil, it's made with glycerol, so it dilutes with water. Okay, it's soluble in water. So look at it here, I always add it into my production. And here we have our kojic acid diplamitate. It's actually great in pH of soap because it can actually work at a high pH. Okay, and here we have our Snow White and licorice powder. Okay, and here we have our shea butter, and then we have a cosmetic grade oil. I actually love using Vit. I like adding it in close to the end. Okay, so we're going to add all these in, but first of all I need this to actually heat up and melt properly. So what I'm going to do first of all, I'm going to add in the water, just the water here, just the water. I add in the water, and you have to make sure you get a very strong spatula. Okay, this is the spatula I'm going to be using in here. So I'm going to switch it on, and then we'll come back when it's properly heated and properly mixed. Okay, I'm actually putting it on high. Okay, so we're back now. Okay, so let me just tell you, my hands are still shaking, as you can see. I actually left the lab door open while I was doing this production so that it will be well ventilated and air can actually flow into my lab. I can assure you the shock I felt when I actually saw a live snake struggling to climb into the lab. Oh my god, I just ended up screaming. Oh, I'm so shaky. I've not seen a live snake in over 15 years, and I'm very scared of snakes. I can assure you that it wasn't a funny experience at all. I was just screaming until someone had to run out and kill the snake. It wasn't fun. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. I don't want to experience it again. My hands are literally shaking. Look, I can't even. Oh my goodness. All right, so as you can see, it's actually really hot. Okay, it's really mixing properly. So I just make sure I come back every like 15 minutes to stir a bit. We're going to continue this until you're going to notice that everything is going to be one color, everything is going to be properly integrated in. Okay, we're not going to add anything until everything here is properly mixed. So we'll be back in another 15 minutes to see how it's going. Welcome back. So I've actually been stirring it. It's really very hot. I've actually been stirring it for a while now, and as you can see, it's properly mixed. Okay, so now these are my water soluble ingredients. Okay, I'm going to just add them in here. And I'm going to actually give it a good stir. Okay, so like I was saying, your omiaru, you can actually get it on Amazon or eBay. Okay, don't worry, the formula is going to be written down for you. So you see, it's already, I actually mixed in the water soluble actives here, and I'm going to pour it in. Okay, I'm now pouring everything in. It's actually going to heat up some more. The botanicals are going to be the last I'm going to add. That's my turmeric, my neem, the oats, and then the serum that I actually showed you. Okay, those are actually going to be the last ingredient that I am going to add in. Now I'm going to add in, I've already actually lowered my crock pot. So right now it's on low. Okay, it's on the lowest setting, so it's just going to be warm. It's just going to be warming it. So I really want all these ingredients to integrate properly into it. This is my kojic acid diplamitate. You need to actually wear a mask when you're doing this, and these are my oils. I'm adding them in. Okay, I like stirring it a bit, at least let it mix properly a bit before. I'm actually using a mask right now, so you need to use a mask when you're doing this. And one more important thing you should put into consideration is this. Okay, if you don't have a crock pot, don't worry, you can actually do this in your pot. Okay, just make sure the pot is at least aluminium pot, stainless steel pot. Okay, it should be a stainless steel pot, and you make sure your heat is very low. So when your heat is low, you make sure you should just be aware of it and keep stirring. It's not like crock pot or slow cooker, they are very slow. Okay, they are slow. The heat doesn't go very high, it doesn't get very hot, so it doesn't end up killing the nutrients in my soap. Okay, so that's one thing you should know. If you are using your fire, that's your gas or your hot plate, just lower it. It should be on low. You can actually do this in your pot. So I'm going to actually cover this for a while. Okay, I'm going to cover this for a while to let it sit and let all the ingredients be properly integrated. We'll come back after 15 minutes to come add in our botanicals, and the serum will be the last thing. I usually add it at the cool down phase. Okay, but you can also add it at the heat phase, but it's okay, but I just feel it's better to add it at the cool down phase. That's just it, at the cool down phase. In this product, I don't usually add in a preservative. You can actually use a preservative if you wish, but I don't. This product lasts up to 5 months. Okay, 5 to 8 months without developing any bad smell in it. So that's one thing you should know. Okay, it can actually be preserved without a preservative, but you can actually use a preservative. That's still up to you. It's your choice. I don't use a preservative in it, but if you want to use a preservative, please make sure you choose a preservative that the pH can actually stand an alkaline environment. Okay, soap is generally alkaline in nature, so when you are choosing your preservative, it should at least be able to handle a pH of 7 to 10. Okay, you should be able to handle the pH of 7 to 10. So whatever preservative you choose to use, that's your choice. You can use it at 0.5%, 0.5 or 0.3%. It's fine, because the soap on its own is self-preserving. Okay, it's a hot processed soap, so it's not going to smell. And I also use very little amount of botanicals. When you use too much botanicals in making of your soap, it actually makes it go bad. And then in place of water, you can actually decide to use pineapple juice, or you can decide to use papaya juice. Anyone you want, you can actually use it in making of this product. Okay, all right, let's heat it up for a while, then we'll be back. Alright, so it's properly heated now. Okay, I actually put it on warm for a couple of minutes, and you can see how everything is properly, and you can see it has chunky bits in it. I don't like these chunky bits in it, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to use my immersion blender, okay, to break it up. Now, if you don't have an immersion blender, you don't have all the equipment, I'm saying you can actually leave it for a bit longer on the heat for it to actually break up on its own, but I really don't have that patience. Okay, I'm going to add in my botanicals. It's not very hot. Okay, but one thing you should also know about this product is that the cooler it becomes, okay, the cooler it becomes, the thicker it gets. And this is my serum. Since it's warm, it's fine to add it in. So you can actually also add in fragrance, but I really don't use fragrance in here, but you can actually add it in. Okay, I personally don't see fragrance as important in this product, so you can add it in any fragrance of your choice. Just make sure it's a good one. Okay, my favorite fragrance is actually Nature's Garden, but you can use any one of your choices. It's your choice. Just make sure that it's cosmetic grade. Okay, you don't go buying perfume feeling that that's fragrance. No, please. Cosmetic grade products are actually different from those. Okay, make sure you keep giving your blender a break. Okay, when you blend the beets, you give it a break. blending together. Please, before you use your immersion blender, make sure that it's a strong immersion blender. Okay, I am using platinum, so just make sure. I have about 3 different types of immersion blenders in my lab. This is the strongest actually, so this is what I'm using. This is the strongest when it comes to the small ones. I also have a big one, but this is the strongest when I'm talking about the smaller one. So you can see it's already getting a very beautiful texture. Okay, you see it's already getting that texture that we want. So okay, so we are done with our production. This is how our product actually looks like, our end product. You see how beautiful it looks. Okay, so we have an ongoing registration for our surfactant potency course batch 4. Okay, if you want to be part of this course, the link is going to be linked down below and in the description box, so you can actually view it from there. It's a collaboration between my brand Mima-chi and Dr. Nessa's brand, which is actually called Nezilla Glam, Nezilla Skin Hub. Okay, so you're going to be learning how to make your scrubs, your soap, your shower gels, and so much more, how to make them potent all from scratch. So if you want to take part in our surfactant potency course, please click on the link below. Registration will be open soon. Okay, so I do hope that you will actually enjoy this. I look forward to hearing from you all, to seeing people that actually try this out and to tell me that, oh, I made it this way and it came out fine, it came out this way, it came out that way. I seriously look forward to seeing people who are actually going to make this and use. Okay, so I wish you all a wonderful day ahead. Bye for now.